Been with the city for 4 days. Happy to be here. Lots of challenges, but I'm also happy for the challenges too.
And you guys have heard me do this more than once, introducing a new city manager in whatever form, acting city manager or interim city manager. So right now, we're going to chain Martine down to the chair and make sure he'll be here for at least till the end of the meeting. So just so you know, I told him he has to give the update. I'm Karen Macedonian.
Thanks for hosting. I'm Richard Chapman, President of the Current Economic Development Corporation.
Hi everyone, John Antoneris. I'm Chief of Staff for Kern County Supervisor Zach Stringer, 2nd District.
Justin Powers, Kernville Co-op, representing the Kern River Valley.
John Joyce, Roseman News.
Joel McKay, Roseman Municipal Advisory Council Chairman.
Natalie Willis, Common Sense Consulting, representing Coastal.
Heather Benish, Mojave Chamber of Commerce.
Ted Hodgkinson, Mojave Chamber of Commerce.
Cindy Sauer with AES.
Hi, Michael Wynn, also with AES.
Al Aaron Development, Mayorsville.
Jane Riding, California City.
Kevin Bearden, CSU Bakersfield Small Business Development Center.
Linda Number, California City.
Jessica Tanoga, Desert Rose Garden.
Doug Waterman, California Manufacturing Technology.
Dwayne Vasquez with I Love Cal City.
Becky Vasquez with I Love Cal City.
Carol Hooks, Alta Federal Credit Union, Cal City, and Milwaukee.
Keely Manson, Anacapa Engineering and Design Inc.
Lisa Stevens, Director of East Kern Center and campuses for Saracosa Community College, including the Kern River Valley. Heather Box, Saracosa Community College, Eastern campuses.
Carly Sullivan, recruits into the U.S. Forex.
Kate Squires with Strata Launch.
Jason Kaplan with Power Market. Peter Burley, Emerging Tech Coordinator for CSUB.
Devin Johnson, School of Antelope Valley for CSUB.
Coco Chapman, Richard Chapman's daughter.
I get to follow that. Jay Lacey, Southern California.
Alexius Vega, B3K Prosperity.
Brett Mosen, American Safety Services.
Sarah Sullivan, the California Renewable Energy Lab with Kern CC.
Hi, Lori Larkin with the Kern Community College District and the California Renewable Energy Laboratory.
Hi, I'm Shelley White with the Small Business Office at Edwards Air Force Base.
Joseph Williams, Cal City.
From William, California City.
Great, well, thank you. I know Megan McKenzie's here as well, the city of Ridgecrest. So thanks for coming, everyone, and thanks for hosting us. And now I know we'll start out with the Cal City update. So, Karen?
I already did the Cal City.
Oh, you already did?
I introduced our new
Okay.
city manager. Okay, so you all know this is Cal City. You all know that sometimes we are creative in what's going on. So Richard asked me about the videos. He has 2 with him, and I am so impressed with them. I told him to show both of them. So Cal City is going to have you see what's going on in the area.
Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, we will have one in Cal City, but we're going to play the videos with the meeting based in Cal City. So a couple of things. Many of you probably heard when we announced we were going to kick off a Where Business Around series. We contracted with the Kern County studio, Beacon, and so we wanted to go around the county and tell the story of where opportunities are boundless. We actually started Mojave Air and Spaceport with the CEO, Tim Reed, a general manager then, I know, with Kate and Strata Lunch. So we already had those 2 episodes. Recently we came out with the 3rd episode, the Triassic Vineyards. And as many of you know, unfortunately, Jim Arnold passed away about a month or so ago. So we filmed in September. And this is really, frankly, a tribute to his commitment, his love of wine, love of the region. Of course, the Tehachapi Mountains, it's an AVA accredited, viticultural area. And so we were just wonderful to have him tell the story of Triassic vineyards and where opportunities are boundless. So I'm going to play videos about 6 to 7 minutes, but we thought it was just we did not want to cut it short because he's such an amazing storyteller, and so we were very happy with the final product. So I will play that. Hopefully the volume is tested.
Today we're at Triassic Vineyards, and I'll meet with my friend Jim as he tells me about the ins and outs of the wine industry here in Tehachapi.
Can you hear that?
Triassic is committed to growing within its estate in order to maintain its quality here in Kern County.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Triassic. I'm Jim Arndt.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
So Jim, I'm excited to be here at Triassic Vineyards.
Well, great.
Can you tell me some stuff about the vineyard and the creation of it?
Certainly. The vineyard was originally planted by Chuck McCullough, who was in 2008, and he's a geologist. And he retired from Shell Oil after about 30 years, and he retired out in Stallion Springs. And they got interested in vineyards and started reading these books on vineyards. And there's a chapter on soils. The things it talked about was a vineyard in France that was planted on Triassic soil, and wonderful grapes for wine that was grown on the Triassic soil. So Chuck, being a geologist, as he was driving by the 202 all the time, he happened to notice that these two hills were barren, and all the soil eroded down to here, and there's rocks in the crevices, and those are all characteristics of the Triassic period.
Well, I would love for you to show me around.
Well, certainly. If you don't mind jumping in my John Deere, we can get down here a little ways.
It's such a beautiful vineyard. I'm excited to look around.
Oh, I'm happy to share it with you. We wake up to the sunshine and wide open spaces, and so we enjoy it.
Jim, so tell me about the vines that you grow, how many you guys have, and how much you guys produce.
Well, we have about 7,200 vines, and that produces right around 20 to 21 tons. But our winemakers get the quality wines. We control the amount of grapes we grow because it's about quality, not quantity. It ends up being somewhere around 1,400 cases or roughly 17,000 wines.
Wow, that's a lot of wine experience.
Yes, it is.
And how many acres do you guys own?
Well, we have 15 acres, but we have 7 acres of vines.
Oh.
So we have room to plant a couple more acres, which we hope to do in the near future.
And I'm sure with all your bottles, you guys will get there. So tell me something about the grapes and the different types we are walking through right now.
Well, this grapes right here are grapes that we grafted. This used to be an acre of Viognier vines, and if you'll notice, this thick vine is 12 years old. But what we did a couple of years ago is we sliced into it. Well, we did pruning, and we sliced into it. We put a bud there, and it took about a year and a half to grow, and so we converted a Viognier vine into a Cabernet grape.
I've never eaten a grape right off the vine before.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it has a little bit of like a sweet
A little sweet to see. It's not ripe yet, but it's getting there. But it's interesting to taste them as they go through ripening, how they get sweeter and sweeter, and that's why we have to worry about birds, because birds like it too.
I mean, who doesn't like wine? A barrel of wine would carry about 55 gallons and would make an estimated 300 bottles. And now with the growth, how has that economically impacted Tehachapi and just the county itself?
Well, that's a good question. People coming for wine tasting, they typically will stop and have a lunch or dinner. They'll fill up with gas, they might go shopping for antiques. Oftentimes, where they've never been here before, they'll stay overnight because they haven't seen enough. And it's a pleasant surprise, so it definitely adds revenue to the community, but also more importantly, as the Kern County finds out about us, then it's keeping money in Kern County. It's not going to Paso Robles or Napa, Santa Barbara, the coast, other places. And that's our goal, is really to keep money in Kern County and bring more revenue to Kern County as a result of the industry. That's why I'm really happy about this video, that it'll give a more opportunity for people to learn about us up here, because I think we've got a great opportunity, and it helps for hiring employers hiring people, believe it or not. One guy told me that he's trying to recruit a guy from the East Coast, and there's a lot of challenges in recruiting him, but when he found out they had wine racing, he said it was a quality of life thing. I wasn't on the top of the list, but it just helped to improve the quality of life here to attract people from out of the area.
So you also mentioned that you guys are receiving a lot of people from LA and surrounding areas. How many of those visitors are from out of town?
We are definitely, the majority of our guests are coming from out of the area.
The most expensive wine ever sold was for $558,000 in New York.
Well, let's taste this Tempranillo, because you mentioned you like it, and this is one of the wines that we grafted from a Zinfandel vine. But now, remember I mentioned something about the darkness of the color?
Yeah.
You see how dark it is? You can't see through that.
No.
And it's because of the thick skins that bring out the dark color, and it brings out tannins, that flavors that are very unique. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for having me around today.
It's my pleasure, and I hope you come back. You said you were here 3 years ago.
Yes.
But come around and look at some of the other vineyards too.
I definitely will.
Wonderful.
Thank you for joining me here at Jurassic Vineyards, and I'll see you guys next time on Where Business is Boundless.
Well, so thank you, and obviously, I miss Jim a lot, and what he brought to the region, his knowledge and passion for wine. And I always remember he told the story. He had a famous, taster, evaluator come visit, and the guy was tasting the wine, and I guess it's Zinfandel, and he said 1 minute and 30 seconds. And do you know the story? Okay. And Jim said, what do you mean 1 minute and 30 seconds? He said, that's how long your wine stayed on my palate. He said, that's the longest any wine has ever stayed on my palate. So typically wine doesn't stay as long on my palate, but there was just the expertise and the desire for excellence that really Triassic has proven. So that one is on our website, KernEDC.com, on our homepage. And then we have one more that actually just came out this week. So the Business of Balance series, just so you know, typically they film, and then it takes a month or two in post-production. Our next one's going to be, Megan, are you here? China Lake, right?
Yeah, we're still working with the dates.
In February. So stay tuned for that. We'll have many more come. But also we work with KGT. Now we know in Tehachapi they get KGT, but East Kern it streams. So we want to make sure it's available, because guess what? The first episode was Rio Tinto. And so we also actually sent that out through our emails. So we did a shorter show, but just it premiered this week. Again, it's along the lines of, how's the volume back there, okay? Okay, great. Thank you, Justin. Hopefully you don't need a race after this. So the second one, if I can find that. So we, again, it aired, okay, is this it? Right. There we go. Okay, I know they have a back there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second. You want to pause it? Okay. Well, we'll send that out. But just so you can see kind of the background, and I know we have Rio Tinto. Marley, are you? Okay. Mary Beth was behind the scenes telling me to stay on track. You're speaking too quickly, Richard. Come on. Rennie was a consummate professional. But basically what we do is it's about a 4 or 5 minute show. We'll have B-roll. So we'll have 4 or 5 questions about economic impact, importance, how to have Rio Tinto, the importance of the product. And then we'll push that out through our network. You can see like the B-roll that appears. And then that's all provided by the company, so we work with the company. I just did Lightning in a Bottle Festival yesterday, not going to the festival, interviewing the co-founder. So stay tuned for more of these. But really excited because we want to promote obviously the whole county. There's a lot of East Kern stories, both in videos that maybe take longer to produce, but also ones, this is going to be a twice a month show. So we want companies out in East Kern telling the story of our county's economic vitality university. So we really were pleased with that one. Unfortunately, that big speaker doesn't work, but I'm worried if it did. So anyway, that is our newest way to market region. We recently celebrated our 15th year anniversary, and actually Karen said, well, Richard, I need a flyer for this event. And rather than me send an email, I thought, well, hey, let's design a flyer, and it's time for a new logo. So if you look on your agenda, we have a new logo along the lines of Innovation Rising, but I was really happy how that turned out. So we appreciate all your support and commitment to the East Kern Economic Alliance. We keep building crowds. And also we're having more businesses show up. That's critical, right? It's great to have like our community leaders, both NGOs and city, communities, chambers, but it's great to have the businesses as kind of those 3 legs of the stool. So the final thing I'll say is the State of the County is coming up. Hopefully you all get the email. I have flyers here. That's on the 25th of January at Mechanics, not at the fairgrounds in Bakersfield. Recently, new chair inducted, David Couch, will be giving the keynote address, so hope to see you there. And let me see, so do we have Drew Mercy with AV Edge? One flight admission SBDC. Mr. Bearden is here, so would you like to come up front?
No.
Okay, no.
I'll come up front and get the microphone.
Okay.
Well, the CSUB Small Business Development Center, for those of you that don't know us, we are a program that offers technical assistance to small businesses. The technical assistance is free one-on-one consulting for your business, and also a variety of training programs. And one of those training programs that we do is our Capital Summit series. And we had one in this very same building, our Eastern Sierra Capital Summit back in 2018. The first one we did in Eastern Kern, and we'll do so again. And that's a program where we like to think it's an inverted Shark Tank, where we bring in 12 lenders who stand up and pitch to our small business audience about the programs that they have that can help them. So we're excited that that's coming back again this year to East Kern. It'll probably be in Ridgecrest because we haven't been there yet. But that's coming back. We're like to think that 2024 is like we're partying like it's 2019. Because it's all of a sudden, all the stuff that we used to do before the pandemic is coming back. The Capital Summits, we're doing in-person training and training events to where we see these little mini summits of going into communities and smaller communities and doing 2-hour workshops at a time. Things that kind of went away during the pandemic. Our other training program that didn't go away during the pandemic is we do a regular webinar series every Wednesday. Yesterday we had a economic outlook from Dr. Mark Evans, who's an emeritus professor at CSUB in economics, a former department chair, where he talked about a lot of the things going on. And those are always available on the YouTube channel, CSUB SBDC. Isn't that wonderful? 2 wonderful acronyms driven together. Cal State Bakersfield Small Business Development Center. So you can always watch those. Some of the other things that are kind of central and pertinent at these meetings, I'd like to talk a little bit about what's going on locally in your community, is we've been talking with, and this is still preliminary, but one thing that we think we're pretty good at is trying to find capital for small businesses and finding the unique and varied sources of small business capital. And one of the entities that we're working with is the Economic Development Office of USC. And they have that out of USC. And one thing that we're working on is they're doing actually a program to where they're working with a number of different counties in Southern California. They go all the way down to Imperial County and then all the way up to Kern County. And it's ironic that the cities that they're working with about 26 cities in those 6 counties, and most of them are in Kern County, including California City. So those are the cities that they're targeting as far as getting more business capital with. We plan on doing some work with them on trying to locate some of that capital, and then also finding ways and means of getting that out into small businesses in the community. So that's something that's going to be coming soon. But other than that, that's about what's going on at the SBDC, so thank you.
I think we have, let's see, Jim Damian had a getting District 1, Cody, I think was unable, so we have District 2 with John.
Mike, who's got the mic?
Thanks. Hi, everyone. Again, John Antoneris with Supervisor Scrivener's office. Apologize for the voice. I want to read something to you all. It's kind of a year in review and some things to be looking forward to in 2024. Some elements that I'll be mentioning here are not necessarily in East Kern, but I think it's important to mention them anyway. So I'd like to share some of what the county accomplished over the past year and what the residents of Kern County have to look forward to in 2024. First element is investing in public safety. To fill chronically vacant public safety positions, the Board of Supervisors approved significant pay increases, hiring bonuses, and other incentives for Kern County detention deputies and sheriff's deputies. We now have record numbers of new recruits in our academies, sheriff deputies from other law enforcement organizations. Building on this momentum, the board approved the addition of 25 new detention deputy positions in the 2024 budget. These added positions will help the Sheriff's Department deploy more deputies out of the jails and into frontline law enforcement positions within our communities. Additionally, the county has purchased 2 new state-of-the-art helicopters for the Sheriff's Department, which are in service now and will greatly improve our abilities to stop crime, combat illegal cannabis grows, and successfully conduct search and rescue operations. A new helicopter for the fire department is on its way as well, which will improve our ability to protect our mountain communities, combat wildfires, and aid in search and rescue operations. Along with the new helicopter, the Board of Supervisors has budgeted for 26 new fire engines in the past 2 years, replacing old equipment and stations throughout the county. To aid and protect all first responders, last year the county awarded a $157 million contract to replace the county-wide emergency telecommunications network. This network is critical to providing connectivity and communication for first responders from city, county, state, and federal agencies. This 5-year project will be under construction starting this year, 2024, and benefiting all county residents, particularly those in remote and mountainous communities. Regarding specific public safety investments in District 2, is everyone familiar with the scope of District 2? District 2 goes all the way from Rosamond and Boron out to Frazier Park and Taft. That's 44% of the county. Regarding specific public safety investments in District 2, we are under design for a new sheriff's substation in Rosamond, negotiating for the acquisition of new sheriff's substation in Taft, and are in the process of building a new fire station in Hart Flat. The new Fire Station 11 will be closer to the population it serves, providing quicker response times in an area of high risk for wildfires, while leaving the old Station 11 facility as an air wildlife hub in Keene, enhancing the effectiveness of air response and centralizing crew operations to benefit the entire county. The county is also working to expand animal control services with the design of a new animal control facility in the Bakersfield metro area, which will serve the entire county. We are also exploring the reestablishment of an animal control facility in Mojave to serve eastern communities. As far as investing in parks and public spaces, beyond public safety, the Board of Supervisors made significant investments in parks and public spaces throughout the county, totaling over $49 million this year. The projects are the result of aggressively seeking state grant opportunities, utilizing federal pandemic relief funding, as well as tapping county resources. These projects span a broad list of projects from community centers, public pools and parks, all of which enhance the quality of life and services our residents enjoy. In 2023, District 2 saw the completion of major updates in the Boron Community Center, the rebuilding of Rosamond swimming pool at the Jim Williford Park, and the start of construction of a new playground at Frazier Mountain Park. In 2024 is bringing a number of additional community improvements to District 2, including new boat launches, restrooms, showers, and many other improvements at the Buena Vista Aquatic Recreation Area, Boron Park improvements with the addition of a dog park, skate park, lighting, a splash pad, and more. The Mojave East Kern Park, improvements with new restrooms, exercise equipment, soccer field, and basketball court. Rosamond will be getting a new skate park, a restroom, and related improvements, along with major improvements to the Rosamond Community Building. And then Taft will see major park improvements at the Fort City Park, including a new splash pad and Fellows Park. It will receive new playground equipment, benches, pathways, and major maintenance to water infrastructure. Across the board, both countywide and in various communities that make up District 2, we will see major investments in public spaces. These are the spaces that we all directly benefit from, and their use enhances our health and the quality of life. To keep these investments in good shape, the board has also budgeted for significant investments to improve maintenance and park ranger services across the county. An additional quality of life investment our residents will experience in 2023-24 is our public library system. The county applied for and received grants to fund facility improvements at 14 different county library locations. These improvements are in design now and will start construction in spring of this year. Also, timely with the investment of Measure K dollars to expand all unincorporated county library branches will now be open 5 days a week, including Saturdays. Investing in the economy. In 2023, the county's economic development investments were focused on building enhanced capacity for 2024 and beyond. Primarily, this included the establishment of an economic development division and the hiring of Kern County's first ever Chief Economic Development Officer. This investment in capacity paid its first dividend win in the fall of 23. Kern County competed for and was accepted into Stanford University's Economic Impact Fellowship Program. In addition to a $50,000 grant This fellowship program equips the county with methods, tools, and resources that will accelerate the creation of Kern County's first ever economic development scorecard. This public-facing scorecard will track new business starts, job creation metrics, tax revenue, unemployment rates, and other economic key performance indicators. To properly support the business community, Kern County needs a streamlined real estate development process, bolstered by transparency and certainty. To this end, in 2023, the County Administrative Office, in partnership with Kern County Public Works, launched a building permit modernization project. This modernization project includes launching a customer survey program, building permit process updates, technology enhancements, and the establishment of acceptable timelines for all by right permits. This project will bring the County of Kern one step closer to being the best place in the state of California to envision and complete real estate projects. The county's 2023 investment in capacity also allowed the CAO's office to become more engaged with the Kern Economic Development Corporation, the Small Business Development Center, B3K, the East Kern Economic Alliance, the Greater Tehachapi Economic Development Council, and other regional economic development partners that the county supports. This new level of engagement will allow the county to be a force multiplier for the good work that you all are doing. Targeted recruitment of new business investment was also another cornerstone of 23. The CAO's office, in collaboration with KDC, engaged with dozens of companies that are considering investing in Kern County. These engagements include substantial new business opportunities at Tejon Ranch, Mojave Air and Spaceport, and Buena Vista Lake. Recruitment activity was bookended by activities in support of Kern County's legacy partners. In 23, the Kern Economic Development Officer attended 32 events hosted by legacy partners, agriculture, energy, manufacturing, and at their request made 13 public appearances to support and promote expansion efforts. In addition, the county also partnered with SoCal Edison to successfully appeal for prioritization of the California City Substation Electricity Upgrade Project. The close of 2023 also brought the groundbreaking of Hard Rock Tejon Hotel Casino Project. This exciting project represents an investment of over $600 million, the creation of 5,000 jobs, and will be a catalyst driving additional private sector development. The county's 2024 economic development strategy is to move Kern closer to realizing its ambition of becoming the best place in the state of California to start and grow a business. We will expand on the investments made in 2023 by focusing on the following goals. Communicate consistently about the benefits of doing business in Kern County with the explicit goals of recruiting new business investments and encouraging expansion of existing businesses. Complete phase 1 of the building permit process modernization effort so that real estate development in Kern County is less risky and more transparent. Publish and maintain the Economic Development Scorecard being built in partnership with the Stanford University Fellowship Program. Support legacy businesses and expansion efforts, especially energy partners, as they transition into new revenue models and hire more employees. Service is a force multiplier in helping partners such as EKEA, KDC, SBDC to enable job creation and business expansion. Partner with KDC to launch a modern customer relationship management system to track and quantify all recruitment and expansion efforts. Assist Hard Rock Tejon with go-live efforts such as employers training resource linkages, Golden Empire transit routes, etc. Recruit new private sector investment to Kern County such as Top Golf, Bass Pro, Great Wolf Lodge, Chicken and Pickle, Cambia, Bios Health, National Water Ski Championships, among others. Expand broadband access in unincorporated Kern and support East Kern projects, including but not limited to opening a financial institution in Mojave reconstituting the Boron Chamber of Commerce, and urgent care in Roseman. Truly, 2023 was a year of investment in building for our future. These are just some of the examples of the work being done, as similar efforts are happening across many other county departments, which will continue into 2024. Our investments today lay a foundation for our future, and over the course of the year, residents across the county will see these projects materialize. We will all get to enjoy the benefits of improved parks, infrastructure, enhanced economic opportunities, safer communities, and much, much more. Indeed, the future is bright for Kern County and East Kern. Sorry about my voice again.
Questions?
Yeah, questions, anyone? Yes, yeah.
From General Hobby, the East Park, we had been, it's been suggested that we would be seeing some progress soon.
On the east part?
Yeah.
I don't have the time frame on that for you. I know that it's in the works and it should be happening soon. I don't know normally how much work is done in the winter months, but we'll find out.
And the transit center, that was actually promised in January.
Yeah, there have been numerous delays on that.
Yeah.
There was, I believe it was blown down.
Yes.
Yeah. So there have been a lot.
They didn't engineer it for Mojave Lakes. It's always a surprise.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not an engineer, but you'd think the engineers would have done that properly. Any other questions?
Great. Thanks, John. Your voice is as deep as mine. Thanks for, so Boron, I know we got Carly, will we have TikTok? Boron?
The only thing I have is that we're the presenting sponsor for the,
Yes, thank you.
county this year.
At least a decade, so thank you again.
So that's all I have for today.
Watch the video, we'll make sure to send out the video.
Oh yeah, watch the video, it's really awesome.
Thank you. Kern River Valley, Justin?
I'll stand up because you can't see all of you. Justin Powers, professional microphone holder. I'll send you the invoice later, Richard.
Here we got some candy.
I represent the Kern River Valley. I'm the owner and founder of Kernville Co-work, the first co-working space in eastern Kern County. Just a few updates from the Kern River Valley. The dam modification safety project has reached substantial completion. So all the construction equipment is for the most part been moved out. The dam is now completed and done and safe. And this is, I think, the highest level we've seen the lake during the winter in a very long time. So it's a great place for those, if anybody was holding off on the Lake Isabella trip because the water was a little bit low, it's looking fantastic right now. It's going to get even higher during the summer. We are still kind of struggling with a couple of road closures, especially for those of you who are coming from the desert side. Sierra Way is the easiest way to go around the lake to get up to Kernville. That's currently closed, and so I was hoping District 1 would be here so I could pester them about it. But I believe District 1 would have also bragged that it looks like things are moving along. We're going to be getting our skate park and sidewalk projects done in Lake Isabella. That's been a couple of projects that have been a long time coming. And what I'm being told is it's going to happen this summer. But next time District 1 is around, we'll pester them about that. Probably the big thing, really close to my heart, is we're working on, we've got a nonprofit up in the Lake Isabella area now that is in the planning phase for building a community hub in the Kern River Valley. It's building off of the work that we've been doing with Kernville Co-work for the last 6 years. We're partnering with the creators of the very first modern co-working space in North America and the creator of the first co-working space in Manhattan. And we've got a lot of international firepower working on this project. We're going to have a community hub that's going to involve shared office spaces, event space, programming, artist studios. We're looking at incorporating some elements like a shared commercial kitchen for food startups or cooking classes. We're looking at video production spaces, a lot of different uses that we can get out of this community hub. And so we're currently in the planning phase of that. We're also doing fundraising for that right now. And then what's coming up next? Who here has heard of Whiskey Flat Days? And who thinks that is an alcohol-themed event? It sure seems like it based on the name. Whiskey Flat is the original name of Kernville. And so it's a historical festival, kind of celebrating the historical background of Whiskey Flats. That's happening the President's Day weekend, February 16th through the 19th. I'd love to see all of you there. There's also a very fun kind of playful mayor's campaign where you have people that run for mayor to raise funds for their favorite project. I am running for mayor. I'm powder packing powers, and I'm running to raise money for the community hub project. So if anybody would like to participate in that fundraiser, talk to me afterwards. Any questions on what's happening in Kern Valley?
You said something about the sidewalks. It was in Lake Isabella at the park, so like Tank Park?
From Tank Park to the county building and all the way up to the high school.
Oh, okay. Very nice, thank you.
And that's what I was told. I was told that by the county rep. So hopefully I've been told that's happening this summer. Pretty excited about that one.
It is, yeah. Okay, thank you.
In regards to the community hub, where would that possibly be located at? In what area?
It will be in Lake Isabella, because for those of you that are familiar with Kern Valley, it's a very large geographic area, but where there is the most need, the most impact, and we could have the most impact is in the community of Lake Isabella. So it'll be in the center of Lake Isabella. There is a property that we're working to secure, and we're not ready to announce the specific location. But one thing that oftentimes Kern River Valley not being incorporated, people aren't very aware of what the situation is up there. When we're looking at the area of the Kern River Valley, it's actually the lowest median household income out of Kern County. We have a median household income of $31,000 per year. So that's something that having these resources like a community hub and some of the other resources we're working on to really create community-led economic development, something that we really need up there. So we're looking for a lot of support on that. Mojave?
And I know also it's kind of professional, so Kate with Straddle will give an update too.
In Mojave, we were successful in gathering the 50+1% of the ballots protesting the universal trash mandate. We still have questions about what that actually means, having done that, but it was a very gratifying community exercise that the community of Mojave actually responded very forcefully to that. We've had 2 ribbon cuttings and 2 small businesses opening, which is a wonderful thing. And we're looking forward to cutting the end of January. The East Kern Family Resource Center has moved into the old Mojave Hospital that's been renovated quite nicely. I will pass the microphone to Ted.
Those are some good additions locally, and I was most interested in, John, what you had to say about the East Kern Park. We've been looking forward to that for some time. We participated in some of the design discussions, and we're really looking forward to that. And the good news you mentioned about animal control office out there. Yeah, so we see that a lot with the animals running wild. So we're looking forward to something of that nature occurring. And also we've been following on the there and getting electrical to the place for charging for buses. So we appreciate the efforts there.
I wanted to mention in regards to the universal collection and how that's a lot of communities did a fabulous job in making sure that would not pass. Even communities like Roseman, where it didn't get 50+1, the Board of Supervisors unanimously decided to not implement the universal collection in those areas. Most likely, the state's going to sue the county, so we'll see what happens in court.
Great. Kate? Since you're behind me.
So I want to echo the Pioneer Spaceport and the Christmas tree giveaway and CHP Boy Drive event mid-month last month. That was a great event. Really great to see all the different businesses that came out and got involved. We had Starbucks, and CHP, a lot of the airport tenants there participating. So it was just really, really good and well received event. So just want to have welcome back that participated in that. At the spaceport, a lot going on. We have a lot of new tenants join within the past year. You know, Boom's on site. They're producing a commercial supersonic plane. You know, Stratolaunch is there. I'll tell you a little bit about where we're at with our operations. Scale Composites got a contract with Jet Zero to develop a energy-friendly hybrid blended wing project. So they are, I think, securing space on the spaceport to help support that project. And then, like I said, a few other tenants that are really getting busy with a lot of flight tests going on there. For us personally, in December, we did and for folks that aren't aware of who we are, we're a commercial hypersonic test company. So we're using the world's largest aircraft to launch hypersonic test vehicles. And what we're preparing to do right now is we've just flown in December our first hypersonic vehicle. It'll be a fully expendable vehicle, so we'll go into the ocean once the sun finds its trajectory, but first of its kind in getting us on a path to a fully reusable hypersonic test bed that will land on a runway. And so we carried that expendable vehicle for the first time during flight in December with live propellants on board. So it's a rocket-powered airplane powered by Jet A and liquid oxygen. So ending up on the risk a little bit and having those live propellants on board. But that flight went off great. We learned a lot of great things. And now we're progressing on to prepare for our first powered flight. And so that'll entail dropping the actual vehicle off the world's largest aircraft. The rocket will light, and then they'll go up to speeds of Mach 5. So we will complete all of that work out in the Vandenberg Space Force range area off the Central Coast. So getting very exciting. And then shortly following that flight, then we'll progress on to our second fully reusable vehicle called T8. So keep your eyes peeled, we're moving fast. And any questions?
Will the test rocket go into orbit?
It will not. It will stay within the atmosphere. And so I think I've talked about it at previous EPM meetings, but you know, the reason that the U.S. is getting into hypersonics more heavily is you kind of, not drop the ball per se, but let China and Russia get ahead of us in many ways. They've taken our homework, iterated on it. They're flying and testing much more frequently and getting ahead of us in that technology. And so where that's kind of scary is that hypersonic weapons can be used in such a way that, you know, with an intercontinental ballistic missile, it goes up, apogee, we kind of know where it's going to land and how to take that missile out before it causes damage, right? With a hypersonic missile, it's highly maneuverable within the atmosphere, and so much more unpredictable and moving at such a speed that there's very little decision-making time to take out that risk. So we need, as a country, to work on developing that technology at a much faster pace, and so that's where Stratolaunch has gotten involved in providing a commercial opportunity opportunity to help the government at the pace of testing. So, yeah, that's it. Any other questions? One thing I'll say locally, we just acquired Virgin Orbit's Cosmic Girl, which will supplement ROC's cadence of testing. So it's just one airplane. DoD has a much higher demand for that type of testing. So we've had to supplement and acquire another aircraft. We're looking to house that aircraft, hopefully on Mojave Air and Spaceport, so build a brand new hangar and office facilities to support that. And so we should start making those preparations and planning for those buildings soon. We'll reach out to Jay for our energy needs and things like that. So getting the ball rolling there.
Thanks, Kate. A lot going on. Awesome. Okay, Ridgecrest. Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan with the City of Ridgecrest. For anybody who doesn't know me, I'm sorry about the older introduction. So a couple of different updates in no particular order. We do have our 2024 election year this year, so just preparing for that, Measure B. We do have a lot of road and sewer work ongoing right now, so our main thoroughfare, China Lake Boulevard, is very backed up, but it's necessary, so that's going to be going on for a bit longer. We do have a big park project moving forward, the Leroy Jackson Sports Complex. We did break it out into 2 different phases of construction to meet that Clean California grant timeline. So they just started that this week, so that'll be exciting. We're hoping to get that completed before the summer of next year. Our biggest employer now is China Lake Installation. Has been moving forward with all their earthquake recovery repairs, so they had a ribbon cutting this week for the Michelson Laboratory facility, and they're continuing to move forward on the remaining projects out there, so that's going to make our installation very innovative, probably the most innovative naval air weapon station in the States, possibly the world. I'm not a naval air expert, but also Scott O'Neill with IWE EDC just secured funding to move forward with phase 1 for an air service study looking at the Inyo Current Airport, reinstating commercial air service. So that study is going to be moving forward. They're hoping to have a contract in place by February. The Chamber of Commerce is hosting its annual Economic Outlook Conference. It will be held the 22nd of February. So anybody who's interested in attending that. We do have a couple of developments moving forward. The Town Place Suites, we're hoping that will finish on construction by quarter 2 of this year. A couple of different pending developments that we're just continuing to work with is Wendy's, Panera, Ross and Five Below. Ross and Five Below are projected to take over the former Big Lots building in our town center. Wendy's, we are still working with them to try and find a different franchisee to go into our same town center at the former Arby's building. And then Panera is interested in the market, so we're just working with them on site selection at this point. So nothing guaranteed there, but they're fairly committed to moving into the area. A couple of local businesses that opened recently are projected to open this month are a local axe throwing pool hall. So it's called Tap That Axe, and I haven't been yet, but I've heard it's a lot of fun. You do need to sign a waiver to participate, wear closed-toe shoes, all that good stuff. And then another lounge is scheduled to open up this month, the Decanter Lounge, which will be more of a quiet beer and wine place so you can get some appetizers and not so loud like a bar scene. So that's moving forward in terms of entertainment quality of life. Our community events, we still are moving forward with our 2024 calendar. So we'll have some different community events, our Night on Balsam series, as well as some different nights at City Hall. Our holiday tree lighting in December was probably one of our most well-attended events over the past year. We had, I think it was 5,400 residents come out to that, which is a really great turnout for us. So continuing to expand and improve on those events. Another thing we have moving forward rapidly is our community pool project. So that design is pretty much completed, and we are looking to break ground on the construction of that in the summer of this year, hoping to have it open by summer of 2025. So aggressive schedule for that. The Oasis complex, Oasis at China Lake with the entertainment center, they move forward with their other tenants at Jersey Mike's and Habit Burger. So those are in construction now and working on their off-site improvements. We're hoping to see those open in the next 2 to 3 months. And then other than that, we are working on prepping for the ICSC conference, which we'll be attending in May, and following up with some of our other negotiations there. So I think I covered all my notes. I will pause if there are any questions on specifics or anything I didn't cover.
Is there any Saracosa reports? You have some folks from Saracosa.
Saracosa? Let me look in my notes here. So, Saracosa.
They're right over. It's okay, go ahead.
Oh, you wanted me to say.
You guys can text.
You're doing great, please go ahead.
No, I was just gonna, I'll let you take it over. I had my notes here from the last meeting we had.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. So we are getting geared up and ready to start our new spring semester. We begin this week on Tuesday, 16 weeks spring semester. Here in Cal City, we are offering some community classes at the California City High School after school, about 4 or 5 classes for community members to take, along with our high school students who take dual enrollment classes. Let's see what else is going on for the college. We're just in gear, getting back from the winter break. We will be coming up to our 50th year celebration for the community college. We're going to be having some events coming up, and in March, more information will be provided at the next development meeting. I'm kind of just a fill-in today for the president and our dean. But if you have any questions, you can reach out to Kim Metcalf at the foundation. And other than that, that's about it for Saracosa.
Great. Anything else?
Well, I was just going to go back over my No, no, okay.
I think Edwards, any Edwards updates? What you got? Small business, you said?
Yeah.
Anything like update us on?
We just have an ongoing.
We do have an ongoing vendor list if any small businesses are interested in getting on that list, and we send out information when new contracts are coming up to let people know so you guys can potentially get on the contract and win awards. That's it.
And you have your cards here if anybody?
I do.
Okay, great, thank you. Rosamond?
Okay.
You want to go, you want me to go first?
Okay, are you gonna?
Okay.
John?
Yeah. Southern Kern Unified School District has multiple improvement projects going on, building projects. The high school is getting a brand new cafeteria. The middle school is getting 28 new classrooms and a new building. And this building activity is going on to improve the community. Last night, the water board said there was growth in Roseman during 2023. And everyone said, how much growth? Well, if we count the number of new water hookups, we had a 1% increase. But this is great because Roseland hasn't had any increases for a long time. So what's happening is there are several housing tracts that are being built and going on. And that's about it for Roseland right now. But Joel here is going to fill us in on the Community Advisory Council.
Yeah, we ended December on a high note. All the community organizations came together. We put on a holiday parade. We ran out of toys within the first hour and a half. The community really came together and embraced it. So we're hoping to continue on. We're hoping to have a big community meeting in January to get a calendar out for everybody. We're looking forward to the health clinic coming. They're going to be repaving Rosewood Boulevard next year. We got approval for a sheriff station, brand new sheriff station out there, according to the sheriff. The community building's going to be rebuilt in State Park. A lot of good things happening. The only issue we're having, and I'm sure you guys are facing the same thing, is I try and visit our local restaurants and stuff like that, and one of our restaurants is having to close 2 days a week because of the lack of people. And what we're seeing is we're having a lot of illegal vendors, food trucks popping up that aren't registered, aren't licensed, and are stealing a lot of business from our businesses. So that's one of the issues we're having. So if anybody in the other communities have any ideas on how you guys are combating it, we've been working with environmental health, getting them out there and trying to get them shut down. As soon as you shut one down, it seems like 2 more pop up. So, and they're really taking a toll on our business.
Tehachapi had discussed that the last meeting, and they're very aggressively working with it, but you might call the
Okay, appreciate that.
contact Tehachapi, see how they're handling that.
Perfect. So other than that, that's about all that's going on in Roseman.
I wonder with the $20 now for minimum, like it's the mom and pop store restaurant.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna hurt
Right.
the mom and pops considerably. And even even the school district, they were talking about, I think like their campus security aides, and their aides only make like $16 an hour. So they're looking at losing a lot of people that go to fast food for that extra $4 an hour. So I think a lot of different businesses are going to start feeling that.
Yeah, I see restaurants now that only are open Wednesday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Which is, okay, well, thank you. Let's see. Oh, well, Hydro Store, since that's in Roseland, the Hydro Store updates? Since that's in the Roseland area?
Sure. Hi, I'm Natalie Willis, Common Sense Consulting here at the Joint Hydro Store. We've been working on strengthening our community relationships and helping out with community events. So we had a great time at the Energy Summit, being able to participate in that program and also help sponsor it. State of the County is coming up on January 25th, right?
25th.
25th. We're going to be sponsoring that as well. The Kern County Hispanic Chamber is having their annual installation dinner, so we will be there and be sponsoring that as well. And over the holidays, we worked with Safe Haven Kids League in Cal City and helped them by donating and helped a project to give food to families, or at least during Christmas.
Great, thanks. Okay, so Tehachapi. Anybody from Tehachapi? Okay. So we have some time left, so I'd love to go around with a lot of the businesses that are here that haven't presented yet. I give them an opportunity to talk about projects in East Kern, so I know we'll start AS. Obviously, you have the Bellfield and other projects in the pipeline.
Yeah, hi, Michael Wynn with AS again, and probably Steve with AS that you just joined. So our Bellfield, so AS, if you're not familiar with us, we're a clean energy developer, and we are proud to have our Bellfield solar battery storage project here in California City in East Kern County. The project started construction about 6 months ago, and it's in full swing. Phase 1 of it is. It's supposed to be finished construction next year, and then we're going to start phase 2 next year as well. But solar plus battery storage, if you're not aware, essentially helps store, the battery storage helps store the power from the sun right, during the day, and then the batteries can help deliver that power during the night or when it's needed. So when the project is completed, it's estimated to provide power to almost 500,000 homes, and so reliable power for the area here. So, what else did I want to mention regarding that? But yeah, in any case, yeah, we're proud to be here in the community. We're going to be here for the long term, and so like some of the other companies mentioned, we are partnering with different organizations to support different causes. For example, over the holidays, we also held a food distribution event at the Mojave Spaceport, help provide food to over 300 families in need. And thank you to the Mojave Chamber, Community Action Partnership, with those partners as well, part of that. And we also are sponsoring the state of the county as well. So we look forward to continuing to partner with organizations. I'm sure there's someone in the room here. And thank you.
Will you be furnishing power to businesses too?
It's going primarily to the grid, right? So the power of the
Okay, great, thank you. Actually, speaking of power market, Jason's here to talk about his community solar project and how it impacts the region. Obviously, working with SC and other.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks, everybody. Jason Kaplan, I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Power Market. We are managing the community solar project that's actually being installed in Ridgecrest. This solar project is different than, frankly, all the other solar projects you see here in Kern County. It's because this is a community solar project, meaning that you, as individuals in your households, can actually subscribe your Edison account to this community solar project, getting credits applied to your bill each month. And so we are really thankful for Richard, the county, actually California City, City of Ridgecrest that supported this project early on to enable us to take now the next phase of construction. We were able to enroll around 3,500 households across the Edison service territory. But I made a promise to Richard and the county to say, because this community solar project is located in Ridgecrest, I'd love to bring as much of those 3,500 households from Eastern Kern and Ridgecrest. And so that's why, frankly, I've been here, engaging community members, organizations, large employers, because I'd love for us to bring this clean energy to your households here in Eastern Kern. If I can't do that, then obviously I got to find them elsewhere outside of Kern County. But again, my goal is to prioritize Kern County as much as I can to keep the benefits of the solar energy here in Kern and the financial benefits that it brings. So happy to answer questions and meet with folks. But again, thank you for having me.
And you know, the great thing about AES too is the battery storage. I think it's going to pay about $135 million of property tax to the region over 20 to 30 years, right? And then in terms of savings. So these things we're always communicating to the populace is how these projects create jobs as well as benefits, savings, and tax revenue. So speaking of energy, I know we have some new folks from CREL, California Renewable Energy Labs, affiliated with NREL, National Renewable Energy. So Laura, would you like to just introduce yourself and Sarah?
Hello, I want to say thank you to Richard for inviting us here, and it's a pleasure to be joining all of you here today. As I mentioned before, I'm Lori Larkin with the Kern Community College District, and we are a part of the California Renewable Energy Laboratory. So we have received funding from the state to help develop the education and training here in Kern County, where renewable energies are concerned. And so a big portion of what we do is what we call our Centers of Excellence. We have 3 Centers of Excellence that are all about what we do in Kern County and having those opportunities for not only our community but for our students to learn about the different projects, to learn about the different technologies. We have carbon capture sequestration as one of our Centers of Excellence. Depending on where Kern County is going to be with those carbon capture projects, we want to be ready to have that technology so that people can learn about that in real time. And Sarah may be able to tell you a little bit more about that. But we have 2 other Centers of Excellence. One of them is around clean transportation, and the other one is on microgrids and battery storage. So there are a lot of people that aren't aware of what these technologies are capable of doing. And so instead of bringing people to the classrooms, we're bringing the classrooms to the people. So we're putting these projects together so that students can learn how those technologies operate, and already creating student research opportunities. We work with national laboratories. We work with the National Renewable Energy Laboratory and with the Lawrence Livermore Foundation. We're partnering up with other community colleges across the state and across the nation. Because as you know, Kern County is one of our leads in renewable energies. And we know education and training. And we work with a lot of our industry partners to see what we can do to assist them in their energy transition and help them learn about the technologies too. I'll let Sarah tell you a little bit more about some of those projects. But we've got a lot of things going on. And typically I give about a 15 or 20 minute presentation that just barely touches the surface of all the work that we're doing. But I will spare you from having to hear all that today. But at least you can learn a little bit more about those Centers of Excellence. And we're more than happy to partner with anyone who's interested in learning about that, or if you're interested in some of the resources that are available for transitioning your businesses. That's really what we're trying to do for our community. So I'll turn it over to our Program Director, Sarah Sullivan.
Storage demonstration project, which we're really calling a living laboratory, because we'll be able to take community, we'll be able to take some of our courses, STEM courses at BC, and show them what are the scientific processes there, how is carbon options, what is that process, and also what are the kind of mechanisms or skills that someone needs to be able to maintain and work at one of these new facilities. We're building 2 microgrid demonstration projects, one at the Lyle Institute, which is our downtown district office. We're partnering with Forefront Power, who's done our overhead parking lot solar project, and we're putting a battery and a microgrid at that location, as well as our Arvin campus, which is set to open in fall 2024. So we're looking to develop a microgrid at that campus as well. And then with clean transportation, we have been really focused on kind of the workforce implementation with those living laboratories. So we've purchased some electric commercial vehicle simulators, as well as electric forklift simulators, because we know that a lot of logistics, a lot of large commercial transportation is having to switch from their traditional gas and diesel to electric. So kind of what is that change for the worker who's working in there every day, so they can get that retraining, that recertification, and be able to continue working. So those are the types of projects we have. We're very open to connecting with everybody. If you have any ideas for how CDRL can help support you or your company, or if you're looking to do an internship or student research project within your sector, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Jay, with Edison, you have C's, since things seem to be empty.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jay Mason with Southern California Edison. I'm with the Economic Development Services team. We're actually going to go this way. There's a lot of backs over here. As far as any updates, the most current pressing issue that we have right now is we have some winter storms that we're preparing for right now. So those of you that are not familiar with PSPS, which is our public safety power shutoffs, we've actually got crews deployed right now in preparation for those types of events that we are anticipating throughout the service territory. So that's one of the most pressing things. Another thing that we're seeing now is, and we've actually seen this for a little bit, is some of the billing issues. Some of our business customers are experiencing lack of bill collection, and then they'll get like a big bill for like 4 or 6 months, and even beyond that. So if that happens, please reach out to myself or your account manager. If they don't have an account manager, I'd be happy to direct any issues to go ahead and get that situated. And other than that, if there's any projects in this Eastern Kern County, there's a lot of projects that are being proposed. We ask that, if I'm not the first phone call, I should be at least in the top 3. That way we can go ahead and talk to our engineers, talk to our planners, and get that forecasted, because if we don't know that, we can't plan for it. And after coming to these meetings, we create a lot of different plans. So we want to make sure that we service this community and be a good partner. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to assist. Thanks.
Great, thank you. We have a couple more. Doug, do you have anything?
No.
Okay. California Manufacturing Technology Consulting, CSUB. Any updates? Okay, so we're going to get out of here. We have a couple more coming. Ultra One. Okay. We have also new Brett with American Safety Services. Do you have any?
I'd like to introduce myself. So my name is Brett Mosley. I'm actually with American Safety Services, Vice President and co-owner. We've been in business since 1991, based out of Bakersfield, California. We have multiple other branches clear up to Texas area. So, our main business, right, is keeping companies in compliance, right? So we have safety consulting, a whole line of business where we have short-term projects and long-term projects that we offer support to. We're working in aerospace, agriculture, the whole entire energy market, really any other business that would ever need safety. So if you guys ever need anything or have any leads or anything, we'd love to help them out. And just give me a call if you have any.
And you live in Tehachapi, right?
Yeah, I actually live in Tehachapi. So I'm born and raised in Bakersfield, but I had moved to Tehachapi about 5 years ago. So.
Okay, great.
Also, too, I'm actually on the board for the Wounded Heroes Fund. So if anybody ever wants to do anything with a nonprofit, I am on the board of directors for the Wounded Heroes Fund, and I'm also on the board of directors for the California Veterans Foundation. where we're housing around 150 homeless veterans, mostly the Vegas area. So, if you'd like to help out or want some more information on those organizations, I'd love to share.
Well, thanks for coming. Great to see you again. And then, Anna Kappa, any updates? Anna Kappa Engineering?
I mean, I can do.
Oh,
I do. So I think I met quite a few of you at past meetings. My name is Keely Ranson. I work for Anna Kappa Engineering. We're a professional engineering company. Most of our staff is based out of Bakersfield. A couple folks in the Santa Barbara, LA Basin, Tehachapi area. But we offer professional civil, structural, mechanical, and electrical engineering services. So the industries that we support are alternative energy, commercial building, and heavy industrial. So with the care projects that are taking place in Eastern Kern, we definitely like to be able to support those, whether it's jurisdictional permitting with Kern County, assisting with the utilities for interconnection applications, and then, of course, even just regular routine building projects like with your schools. We have a lot of DSA experience as well. So we're happy to help out and just more work in Eastern Kern.
Great, thank you. And any other, for the good of the order? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Mr. Chapman, two individuals that showed up from, we have Councilmember Michael Kulikov.
Oh, great, welcome.
And then we have Mayor Kelly Kulikov, who is also a congressional candidate for the 20th district.
Great, thanks for coming today. Okay. Anybody else? My daughter, Coco, do you have anything?
You guys have been great. I'm so proud of my father.
Talk about why she's at the New England Conservatory studying music composition, only 18, so on the dean's list, so thanks for making me so proud.
I love my dad.
I didn't ask her to say that. So thanks everybody for coming today, and we're going to see you in Ridgecrest in 2 months, but most of you can stay in the county. Thanks.